Hello, today I'm going to be teaching you how to play volleyball. Volleyball is a really fun activity that you and your friends or family can play if you ever visit the beach or have a picnic at the park. Today we'll be going over the fundamental rules of volleyball, and then we'll go more into the 4 basic contacts that you're allowed to do in volleyball: the serve, a pass, a set, and a spike. So for the rules of volleyball, each team has 3 contacts to get the ball over the net, and one person cannot contact the ball twice in a row before somebody else contacts it before you. The goal of the game is to get the ball over the net and on the ground on your opponent's side inside the court. Now if you hit the ball and it goes out and they touch it, it is your point still. So in volleyball, the play is initiated with the serve, so we'll start with that. So when you're serving, we're going to assume that you're right-handed, so everything I say is going to be for right-handed. If you're left-handed, just do the opposite. So start off by pointing your left foot to where you're going to serve. Put the weight on your back foot, on your opposite foot, and get pretty comfortable right here. Next, put the ball in your left hand and bring it out in front of you. And then raise your hitting hand, making a 90-degree angle and keeping that hand open. And for our serve, we're going to toss, step, and then hit. It's really important that we start off with the toss and then step before our hit. That's going to give us the power and the momentum to get the ball over the net. When you serve, don't toss the ball too high. It's going to create a lot of room for error. So just keep that ball nice and low so you can serve the ball flat and over the net. Now once you serve the ball over, the receiving team is going to be passing it. So for passing, we'll start with our hands. First, open both hands and lay the fingers of one hand over the fingers of other, perpendicular, and then bring your thumbs together, resting right there next to each other. It's really important that we don't lock our fingers together because it's going to create a problem. If we have to run and open our hands, they could get stuck. Also, don't make a fist and then cover it with the other hand. This is very insecure, especially when the balls come faster. It's easy for your hands to break apart. Next, our arms. Once you get your hands together, make sure your elbows are straight. Don't bend your elbows to pass the ball, but keep them straight always. Bending it is not as controlled. And when you contact the ball, contact it on your forearm, on the upper part of your forearm, closer to your wrist, the more bony, flat part of your arm. Don't contact the ball in your hand or your wrist. Right here, you'll have the most control. For our upper body, it's really important that we stay leaning forward. This will give us a lot more mobility with our platform. If we pop up, our mobility is cut in half. So it's not going to allow us to adjust if we make a bad move. All this room is really important. With our legs, we need to be in a position to where we can move in any direction quickly. So the easiest way to do this is by putting your hands on your knees and then relax your arms, ready to get your platform together to pass. When we pass with our arms, not our legs. Our legs move us to the ball and our arms pass the ball. Okay? It should look something like this. You see how my body stayed straight while my arms passed the ball? My elbows were locked. A great way to practice this is getting a wall and just bumping it back to the wall over and over. So our pass is going to be to our setter. The setter is typically the second contact, setting up the ball for the spiker to hit. So we're going to go over hand setting. If the pass is bad, you might have to bump set it, but ideally we want a hand set. So let's start with our hands. Get your hands out in front of you with your fingers pointing up, making sure your fingers are open and not closed. Now bring your hands as far back as you can, bending at the wrist. And next, rotate your elbows outward to where your thumbs are pointed toward each other. When you contact the ball, you want to contact it above your head, right in front of your forehead, to where if you didn't touch the ball, it would hit you right in the forehead. So when we contact this ball, we're gonna be pushing it with our arms and our wrists. Mainly, you can use your legs too to give it a little bit more control. The ball cannot spin when it comes out of your hands. That will signal to the ref that you have contacted it twice. And get this ball nice and high. A great way to practice this is either against the wall, or if you're in your bed, you can lay down and do this back and forth to yourself. So our set is for our hitters, so we'll go into spiking now. The point of a spike is it's our best contact to get the ball on the ground on your opponent's side. So we want to be jumping as high as we can and contacting the ball as high as we can, so we can hit it as down as we can. So we'll go into our arm swing now. When you jump, your arms are going to be in the air, so we can start like this. Next, bring your hitting hand straight back, driving that elbow down into the side. Now when you swing, your elbow is going to be coming forward first, and then your hand will follow. It's a lot like throwing a baseball, except we're going to be contacting the ball way up here. So bring the elbow back, now forward and up, and the hand will follow. The jump, our footwork and our jump is very important. It should look something like this. Now if you notice, I did 2 steps, a big right step and a little left step. Our big step is taking us to the ball and timing the hit, and our left step is initiating that jump. Now as we take our first step, as we take off on that first step, our arms should be swinging back. Now as soon as we take that first step, that means our arms should start swinging down, and as we take our left step, our arms start to come up. So as I take off, back, down, up. And when you spike the ball, put it both together, the arm swing and the approach. You jump up and spike. To practice your arm swing and spiking the ball, you can find a wall and just hit the ball back and forth on the ground and then the wall over and over and over again, making sure you're reaching high and using that elbow to hit the ball. So I just taught you the most fundamental rules and skills in volleyball. I hope that you use these skills and show off the next time you get a chance to play some volleyball.